Hi guys, I want to bring you this autocross video of Richard Dale and myself doing a co-driver in the Tesla Model 3. I was able to interview Richard, and in his own words, you can listen to the interview for yourself and what he thinks about the Tesla Model 3 performance. Have a look.
Richard Dale holding on start in the Tesla 3 performance. On the lightning bolt. Yeah, Jordan off the line in 06 Civic. Her second run. Trying to beat a 41.809. 46.626 for the Sanders. Laura Vernon off the line. 34.755 for Richard Dale in the Tesla.
Ragged that time. Did you notice that?
Oh my God, no. I didn't notice a damn thing.
38.029 for Gannett.
Holy.
Jeanette, sorry. Besting her last time by 0.604.
Damn.
So what do you like best about the Tesla that you've driven it now twice?
How well it handles.
Is it as compared to other cars?
It's the most neutral car I ever got in to start with.
Yeah.
It's as neutral as, I worked many hours on the Corvette and many hours on the, a lot more hours on the STI to get them to handle about that neutral.
42.324 for Zach in the GTI. John Miller with a 36.040.
It's a rerun.
Richard Dale on the
You
start.
don't have to put your foot on the brake, put it on the
Tesla 3.
accelerator, get ready to go.
.533 for John in the GTI. Jeanette Jordan on the start. 26 white on the Civic SI.
Keep going. There we go.
15, yes, that
34.1.
34.163 for Richard in the Tesla.
That's a good run.
Yeah, it's a really good run. Did you notice the track mode was really kicking in?
Tim Brady on the start.
No, I was just watching the course.
Well, when you're going around that 180, it was hanging in there, and then it snapped you around the other way, and it was still going. So that was cool.
It was cool. I didn't know. It's just a good handling car. That's all I noticed.
Yeah,
It covers you enough to where you think you're doing really good driving.
right.
34.1.
Randy
That's a
Mueller on
good
the
time.
start
That's a really
with the
good time.
2010 370Z.
Well, Musk made the statement, I've said it many times, he's going to out BMW, and I think he has. But the average street car, and this is not in that respect average, pushes, doesn't like to turn. You get it a little too hot, and it wants to go straight.
Right.
You already seeing that, right?
Yeah, right.
All cars do if you exceed a certain number, but the number's different for each car and each surface. But the Tesla's not like that. It's neutral. It may be a little more biased to the opposite, where the back end comes around, but that's great because in this case the solid states in the car covers that.
That's right.
So you'll notice we come out and it starts doing this, and all of a sudden it corrects and goes ahead. It's so seamless that you think, well, I'm a great driver.
Right.
But I think it's the car.
Yeah.
You ready?
Richard Dale in the 18 Tesla. 3 points. 378. Jordan on the line. 06 Honda Civic.
And you've been driving the Z06 now for how long?
I guess 4 or 5 years now, probably 5.
And then what did you drive before that?
Subaru WRX STI 2007.
Okay. And how many years did you drive that?
From 2006 until got to vet.
Okay. Well, that's cool. And then were you driving autocross prior to the Subaru?
No.
So that was your first input in 07, right?
Yeah. 06. It was 07 car.
Okay.
Got it early.
I
Well,
got you.
Subaru, autocross is some people say it's not even racing, but in a way it is. But it's a cheaper form, unless you go crazy. Of course, you can go crazy in any hobby, but it's a cheaper form of racing, and it's much safer on your car.
Right. Well, that's cool. So now you've driven the Tesla in 2 races. What's your first impression so far?
The best car I ever drove.
Right. In autocross or in general?
Both.
Okay. So
It'll actually blow the Z06 off in a straightaway,
yeah.
and it's well, we're running right now street tires when we're allowed in our class to go 200 rated lifetime tires, and it's quicker than an awful lot of cars that have much stickier tires.
Right.
So who knows what they do with real sticky tires.
That's right. So what are you finding when you're racing the Tesla now compared to the other 2 cars you had? Do you find it slower, faster, what?
Definitely faster. The only problem with the Tesla is the driver, in that it's so quick into a turn that you tend to overdrive a turn, and so you're trying to stay alive to make a turn, basically.
Right.
It's so quick that it's like a quick straight shift car, and it sometimes in a really quick straight shift car, by the time you're already to the rev limit before you get the gear changed.
Right.
Well, this thing's very similar, except it's already charged into the turn before you're ready for the turn.
Right. So I know when I drove the car, being relatively new to autocross, I found the short straights you can make 55, 0 to 55 and nothing flat. And then like when we were going through the Chicago box, you gotta enter it right and go through it. And you're coming up the hill so fast that you've got to play that card right to slow down to the right speed to get through the cones.
Well, the first thing is the Chicago box is a fancy name for a one-turn slalom.
Right.
But you must enter at a certain way in order to make it a one-turn slalom. Otherwise, you get trapped inside of it.
Right.
Do
you, when you drive it, are you noticing any body roll, or are you just noticing high G's?
I'm not really noticing body roll. I couldn't answer that. I'm too new to the car to where I can slow it down in my mind. After you get used to a car, sometimes you can slow it down, and the track seems longer. You get in a straight, and you're going, come on, come on. This car, you get into a straight, and you think this next turn you're there.
Right.
So I couldn't tell you about the body roll on this. I can most of the time, but I don't notice it.
Well, after I reviewed our video,
Yep.
I see more G on the drivers, us,
Yeah.
than I see the car doing much body roll. There's a little, but not much. I think we're feeling the G force around turns a lot harder than a body roll, because I watched some of the other entrants in the thing, and they're on 2 wheels going around the corner.
I have a friend, Art, that tends to run a Toyota on 2 wheels. It has no horsepower, but he's quick.
Yeah.
Tesla says, or at least made a statement, they would probably build a different suspension for this car. I don't think you need it. I assume it's kind of an airbag suspension from what I looked at it. But
No, it does not. No, the S and the X have airbag suspension. This one is double wishbone in the front
okay,
and shocks or some kind
Okay.
of strut kind of a deal.
I didn't realize that. I hadn't crawled under the car to look. I think the suspension's great. I don't see that that'll ever fly them to redesign it. It's
Yeah.
too good.
Well, in reviewing the video, I noticed that we get the front tires to squeal at about 22 miles an hour around a 180. So I guess that's not so bad.
Well, if we had stickier tires, they'd still squeal. We might be a little faster at that point,
Right.
but they'd still squeal.
But 22 miles around or around a 180-degree turn is pretty good, you know? Well, admittedly, I'm reserved. I don't know where this thing spins out, and I'm bringing it up slow to that point. So it may never spin out. I don't know. Track mode is a good advantage, you know.
Well, if the track mode's covering our butt, by the way, all the nannies in that thing, I wouldn't cut them off for it
Right.
at all. They're when the back end comes around, it catches it, and corrects us, and makes us look very good. So, but your time's really quick for a novice. So I've been pleasantly surprised that you have a knack for it, especially for a Tesla guy that likes to drive with their program on that lets the car drive itself.
Oh, yeah. Well, I don't think I can run autopilot on autocross, but it certainly is a lot of fun trying. So, in a nutshell, what would you say about you drove your WRX and you drove your Z06 and now the Tesla? What would you say about the Tesla? Is there anything we need to do, or do we just need to learn how to drive it?
Well, the only other thing you can do to the Tesla is Autocross is about the tires. And we're not changing them this year because you got wheels and tires can be pretty good, cost quite a bit. And the question is, do you want to spend X amount of dollars to be a second faster? And you can be. The wheels and tires in particular can make a second, even in short course like we're running. And but what we're trying to do this year is just learn to drive better, and then you can start playing with all the stuff. That's one of the problems with autocross. There's a class for anything you own, other than a SUV or a four-wheel drive pickup. Even two-wheel drive is legal pickup, and everybody starts throwing horsepower at it and all this to be faster, when they would be faster if they were learning to drive better.
Right.
So, but in my case, with this car, eventually, if you keep sticking with it, maybe next year or so, we'll go tires and wheels, and we'll pick up another second, and we'll be big famous racers. But will we have any more fun? I guess.
Yeah. Well, I think it's all about the fun, right?
Yeah, it should be, but we
Right.
all, as human beings, we take it a bit too serious at times.
But from a car that I bought it, and we drove it out there and
Yeah.
did absolutely nothing to it.
And I wouldn't change a thing about the car. It's the best setup car from factory I've ever seen.
Well, I think this year will be a lot of fun, where we'll put some more races in, and hope that some other Model 3 drivers will come out and experience autocross for themselves, because in my opinion, it is wild. It is so much fun to drive. So thank you for helping me get into it, and let's go kick some butt this year. Thank you for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video. There'll be more coming out as we continue our efforts in autocross with the Performance Model 3. If you're thinking about buying yourself a Model 3, you want to contact Tesla.com or go to one of the Tesla stores and take a drive. Some states don't have stores, so you may have to go and borrow a friend's car. But either way, take one for a ride. You will not be disappointed. Thank you for watching. Take care, and I'll see you again.